Hi, hi everyone. Um, my project is called More Than Soccer and Samba, PGE Digital, a successful CakePHP project in Rio de Janeiro's attorney. Let me introduce myself. My name is Celso Araújo Fontes. I was born in November 1985 in the city of Duque de Caxias, in the state of Rio de Janeiro. I am a programmer since the age of 14. I have a master's degree in computer system. My first experience with CakePHP was in 2009 at Detran, Rio de Janeiro. Detran, it's the DMV of Rio de Janeiro, okay? And I am a government employee at PGE since 2011. And I also work as a teacher at an IT college from 2017 to 2019, okay? Let me drink. So, what is a Procuradoria Geral do Estado, PGE, RJ, stands for in Portuguese? Well, Procuradoria Geral do Estado is the State Attorney General Office. We are basically the lawyers of the state, okay? And our main responsibility is to defend the state in lawsuits. Internally, we are divided into legal divisions, kinds of departments, okay? For example, labor law, legal division, and health law, legal division. But we also have a special one responsible for collecting tax debts, okay? Background and motivations. Well, despite the digitalization of lawsuits by the Brazilian judiciary, as you can see in this picture, the cases binding to the suit, they were physical, yeah. And the tracking of cases were managed by a node application made in Delphi 5. Very old. And there was no integration with the judiciary, no web server, not at all. And not only that, the management of petitions templates using Doc and DocX, they were done in directories, in folders on Windows Server. So that was our background some years ago. Well, try to find a way to solve these problems. PGE, they bought a software from a private company in 2010, okay? A software made also in Delphi. And without integration with the judiciary at the time, yeah. Although it has been, this software, it has been used in other general attorney's office, hundreds of modifications were made to adapt to the workflow of our attorney office. Unfortunately, it didn't meet all expectations, and eventually was removed in 2016. In the same year, something very important happened, okay? In 2016, a resolution was issued by Rio de Janeiro's Chief Justice requiring that all new state tax execution, they need to be digital and processed through a web service called, in Portuguese, MNI, okay? I will talk about it soon. So we had only a few months to create a solution to comply to this resolution. And that was a perfect opportunity to use a rapid development solution. What solution? CakePHP, of course. So, that it is. In Portuguese, execução fiscal, okay, tax execution. And at that time, of course, we used this resource, CakePHP 3.2, Bootstrap 3 for front-end, SQL Server, because we already had the license, Windows Server, We use it SOAP client because MNI it's a SOAP server. LDAP and PDF to create the documents. And at that time, it was a desktop application to sign docs, to the lawyers, to the attorneys sign the docs, okay? So, what it is MNI? In Portuguese, it stands for Modelo Nacional de Interoperabilidade. In English, something like a National Interoperability Model. It's basically a SOAP schema, okay? A SOAP schema defined by our National Justice Council, okay, to standardize the data exchange with the judiciary. As a service, it has methods to, for example, file petitions, get lawsuits metadata and documents too, and receive summonses and subpoenas, okay? Well, so we used MNI and Cake to create that application, and we had a very good feedback from our users to that application, tax execution. So we came up with the idea, why not create a new system, but that time to all legal divisions, okay? So we created a functional prototype using Cake, of course, very fast, bake and all those things, using some functions of MNI. And we presented it to the Attorney General, to the Rio de Janeiro's Attorney General, and he approved it. So we promptly started the preparations, okay? 2017. Well, the beginning of 2018, our team at that time was considerably small. So we entered in a collaboration contract with University Foundation, Copetech, UFRJ, to help us, to assist us in the development. My team, we focused on lawsuits, entities, and MNI things, and they on cases, okay? And they also helped us to do the requirement gathering, and together we participated on monthly sprints. And at that time, I was appointed as the technical leader of the project and a contract monitor too. Well, together with another friend of mine and he was also a contract monitor too, Gabriel Souto, we created a document of development standards, okay? Because we have two teams. So it was a way to align the team's codes. Some examples that you can find in this document. All queries made only using CakePHP Query Builder, and templates using HTML helpers and other helpers. We created a Bootstrap helpers, lots of helpers, rather than raw HTML mixed with PHP. I don't like it. Well, in the end of 2018, we tried to deploy a version of PGE Digital in the smallest legal division of PGRJ. Unfortunately, the environment was not optimized enough, and it was necessary to implement it there. Yeah. And not only that, it was necessary to print all digital cases created there. It was very sad. But we didn't give up, of course, because we are Brazilians. In the following year, a second deployment was gradually initiated within another legal division responsible for state tax debts, that one of tax execution. This approach, gradually combined with now optimized environment, turned out to be a success, okay? Well, 2018, 2019. What happened after 2019? Yes, yes, very sad, very sad. So, with the advent of COVID, a resolution that time from PGE itself was issued, establishing rules for home office, okay? And the necessity to adopt digital case became an urgent matter, which in turn accelerated the deployment of PGE Digital in all legal divisions. For the same reasons, I created also an AI, not in PHP, of course, in Python, capable of distributing cases according to the legal area. I'll talk about him soon, okay? And we were in the middle of the pandemic situation, not easy for anyone. So we divided the deployment strategy in basically 2 stages. First one, sending legal summonses and subpoenas via email to legal divisions that had not yet been implemented, use information from the old tracking system that made in Delphi, still alive at that time, and Levi. Levi is the AI system. And gradually implement 1 legal division per sprint, okay? Well, 2023, our current state, our legal divisions implemented almost 3,000 users, 9 tribunals fully integrated via MNI, almost 2 million of summons and subpoenas digitally received, almost 14 million of digital documents created. I think the most important one, 98% of reduction in paper use. 98%, okay? This is our general architecture. Our user, normally an attorney, a lawyer, using their browsers, accessing PGE Digital running, of course, on CakePHP, and CakePHP accessing data from SQL Server and Active Directory too, and through MNI, getting and receiving data from the main Brazilian tribunals, okay? Well, PGE Digital, it's a very complex system. And the development of a complex system like PGE Digital required a resource beyond MVC and ORM, of course. Cake was essential thanks to its range of extra features, okay? And not only that, those extra features, they are also extensible. So we were able to customize some of them to our needs, okay? The upcoming slides, we will spotlight some of these highlighted resources from Cake that we use on PGE Digital, okay? Let me drink a little bit. So, the first one, commands. Well, commands have facilitated the quick creation of command line tools, of course, automating routines, or enabling utilities for the DevOps team, okay? At PGE, they are better known as robots. It's a nickname given by the lawyers. They think that they are robots, getting summonses, and they think it's the way that they try to understand, okay? Well, most of them, of the cake commands that we created, they are scheduled to run during midnight, okay? I created an extension to the default cake commands to avoid execution of the same command in parallel. Because, for example, it could be dangerous to try to get the same subpoena twice, something like that, okay? So it was necessary to us to create something like that. Some of them have parameters to allow the DevOps team to execute with custom values. And examples of PGE Digital commands are the summonses retriever, and we say the lawsuit metadata updater, okay? They are scheduled to run during midnight. Another one, CakePHP event system listener. Well, they are employed to ensure that certain operations take place either after or before others. The main ones in PGE Digital are, the first, it's the name in Portuguese, I'll try to translate. Criar PA listener. Something like create case listener, okay? It's listen to the model comunicação, after save, of course. Comunicação could be a summon or subpoena, it doesn't matter. And create a new case if there isn't one already bound to the lawsuit, okay? Another one, another listener, it's the junta comunicação. It's not so easy to translate it, something like to link or binding notification at the case, okay? Also listen to communication after save and binding the lawsuit notification to already existed lawsuits. And that one, Gonzalez probably will kill me. I use it listening to validate the session. I need to modify that to use the middleware. Please don't kill me. The first thing I will do when I arrive in Brazil, I will change that to a middleware. Thanks to your workshop of yesterday. So, another very important CakePHP resource, log. Yes. We worked with lawsuits. Lawsuits sometimes have some sensible information, okay? And not only that, we have those integrations running during midnight. And I think it's almost impossible to have lots of integrations without any kind of problem running during midnight. A network problem, whatever. And so we use a log to record the main steps that those commands they are doing during midnight. So we can search the day after. And we also use log to record some after saves and some after deletes. Not all entities, of course, but some of them, because some of them have sensible information, and we need to know who did what and when and where, okay? Our logs tables contains information such as scope, level, and message. The events includes details like class, method, parents, and LDAP user. and both contains timestamp, IP server, and remote address. Okay. Another one, cache. Well, caching, CakePHP caching was viral. It was essential to PGE Digital because we have some information with hundreds and millions of records, and we have lots of pages with lots of filters, lots of drop-downs to select, for example, a filter, a drop-down with all legal teams. They are almost 3,000, something like that. And others information that they don't change so much. So we use it cache to this. The main ones in most commonly employed in PGE Digital are find the list queries used to populate drop-downs. In tables, consider type of lawsuits, type of case, where records are modification rarely occur, and the users and legal division tables too. Okay. And believe it or not, using cache, the first time that we used cache, we get something like from 4 to 16 times faster some pages to load. Yes, unbelievable. Currently, we are using HCU, okay? But we have plans to migrate to Redis in the upcoming year, okay? Tree behavior. Yes. Like I said, on legal area, we have terms, subterms, and so on. So we used the tree behavior to organize this thing in a hierarchical manner, okay? Because CakePHP tree behavior simplifies the handling of this data by providing methods specifically designed for working with a hierarchical data. We also use for chapters in documents templates, okay? And restricted functionalities. We have a custom one, okay? Another one of my favorites, pagination. Yes. CakePHP pagination is essential in PGE Digital, where some pages feature numerous filters and large results with hundreds and sometimes millions of records, okay? Pagination provides a solution by dividing data into manageable sections, making navigation user-friendly, minimizing service strain, and integrating with filtering and sorting. Piece of cake, literally. And I created an extension of CakePHP for paginator, as well form helper extension too, to enabling async pagination through the use of JavaScript fetch API. Something like CakePHP 1.3 long years ago. I think it's the last one. And of course, CakePHP REST and REST routing, because we use SOAP client, the native one, PHP, to access the tribunals using MNI. But we have other kinds of services to use. And the HTTP client of CakePHP offers a standardized and concise solution for making requests of this REST or RESTful web service. Some examples that we use on PGE are a system called SEI. It's an administrative one in the Brazil price indexes, and notification. It's a kind of a ring bell that we created also in Cake to use on not only PGE Digital, but there are others Cake applications there too. And in addition to consuming web services, PGE Digital also provide web services to other applications using CakePHP, REST routing, and JSON field. Some examples are Levi, state tax execution, another AI application called the Legal X-ray. Okay. Well, like I said before, during the COVID, it became necessary to create a tool that would enable the automated distribution of new lawsuits filed in the state of Rio de Janeiro. And so I created the Levi. In Portuguese, we say Levi, okay, the pronunciation. It's a machine learning, okay, to determine which specific legal division of PGE the new lawsuits should be sent to. So PGE Digital uses this information from Levi to automatically create a new payment case without the need for human screening. It was a department of almost 10 people doing that manually. Now it's just Levi. And for some reasons, Levi is also the name of my son. I think it's just a coincidence, right? Filho, papai te ama. Before the conclusion, can I show the system running? Do I have time? Cool. It's using dark mode here too. So let me try to log out first. So the templates are very simple yet, using the basic of Bootstrap, because as you can see, it was a hard task because we had COVID, we had a lot of problems. So, and this is our login page, integrated with LDAP. Okay, so the first page could be translated in English something like inbox, like an email. Okay. Let's suppose that I am an attorney, and he is my inbox, and I have one lawsuit in my inbox to do something, okay? Origens, source, can be intimação is subpoena, okay? And this is the number of the case and the number of the lawsuit. It's a national one. It's a national number. Parties, the plaintiff and the defendant. Walmart, by the way. And if I click there, we have this screen, because we will loading that. It's a PDF. It's a big one. We have this kind of divided screen because all attorneys, they have 2 monitors. And so PGE Digital has a thing like that. You can detach the screen and put in another monitor, okay? Or click and return to that. As you can see, we have 2 drop-downs here. The first one are the documents of the case, our internal dossier, okay? And the second one, it's the lawsuit, the tribunal, using MNI. Online, of course, online. It's going to there and getting the lawsuits document space, okay? And in this screen page, the attorney can do lots of activities, like draft a document, or even draft a petition. And yes, we use using dark mode here not worked very well. I need to remove that. Sorry, my eyes. Yeah. We use CakePHP to be our kind of what see what you get editor. And we have a resource called hashtags. So we have a lot of them. For example, the plaintiff hashtag. There is even an autocomplete. Author it's equivalent to a plaintiff. Okay. If I try to preview my document, something like that, the hashtag will be replaced by the plaintiff name. We have hundreds of. So, do you remember that they use it to use templates, Word templates on Windows folders? No, now we have this thing, administração modelos. We have hundreds, millions of templates where they can create a template of petition. Yes, it's a big one. And because in the public advocacy, the lawsuits are a little bit repetitive, okay? Hundreds or millions of people asking the same thing. You just need to change John for Mary, and it's the same thing. So it was a kind of a revolution for them, okay? And we have lots of tools like a deadline calculator to you can calculate your deadline for file a petition, and well, it's almost 200 of entities on our CakePHP application. Okay. Well, let's go to the conclusion. PGE Digital represents a milestone in Brazil public advocacy. Our project has paved the way for a modern, streamlined approach to digital litigation. We are proud to have used CakePHP to achieve success and hope to continue advancing the field of legal technology. CakePHP impact on improving PGE Digital's features is evident. It allows us to consistently boost performance and offer a feature-rich experience that perfectly aligns with the diverse needs of PGE RJ. We are the land of soccer, samba, and now the land of CakePHP too. Thank you. Muito obrigado. This is our team.
In 2018, you said you had implementation problems. What were they, and were they the Red Hat MS SQL integration?
Sorry.
So in 2018, you had the implementation problems?
No.
Optimization problems.
Yeah, what type of optimization? Yeah. Okay. Well, basic things like indexes. I didn't even tried the cache system. Shame on me, of course. Believe it or not, at that time, we were still using Windows Server page. Don't kill me, please. and well, it was a lesson learned. Caching was a vital feature, and I think the combination of all of them, like index, caching, even async pagination, because I can show you, we have, oh man, my my pink touched it. I can show you. Can you see how many filters we have here? We have a lot of filters. Number of the lawsuit, the tribunal, plaintiff, defendant, the class of lawsuit, things that I even don't know how to translate to English. Some lots of, because lawyers they do a lot of queries, research, because it's very common in Brazil legal area. They lost a lawsuit and they tried again with another title, another. So we need to sometimes to do some research, and we have a lot of filters like that. And I created the fetch paginator, so it just changed the table, not the page itself, and it was a considerable upgrade too. Thank you for your question. Okay.
How many CakePHP developers do you have in your team?
Currently, yes, it's these people here. We have basically a kind of analysts, basically 4 or 5, okay? And but most of those people, they are interns. So we trained them on basic of CakePHP and the basic of PHP 2. I have a YouTube channel with lots of PHP, in Portuguese, unfortunately, lots of PHP classes, from the basics to the all design patterns. It's and they entered, and we trained them to help us in our monthly sprints. Okay.